Dr. Wendy Dearborn in the house, woohoo, with another episode of Bon Appetit, Let's Eat. Guys, it's been a minute. I mean, seriously, a minute since I've been in the house. But I'm back and I'll tell you that story as it unfolds. I've got a wonderful story to share with you guys. But at this moment, I'm back. My name again is Dr. Wendy Dearborn and I am the author of Green is for Life, a simple guide to creating healthy, life-giving green smoothies. And they really, really are. Smoothies are an excellent way for you to actually get live, raw vitamins and minerals. It's like taking a vitamin pill instead of taking something that has been synthesized for you. It is as natural as it can be, and that's in the form of a life-giving, as I call it, which it is, green smoothie. So that being said, today we're actually going to be making Brazil nut milk. Okay, and I figured I realized that there were lots of things I had spoken about the book, but I hadn't actually done many videos about some of the things that I'd spoken about in the book. So I'm going to make some Brazil nut milk today. And Brazil nut milk, to me, it is not as rich and creamy as cashew nut. It's not as creamy and rich as almond. It reminds me a little bit of skimmed milk. It's got that kind of thing going on. It's got that little creamy thing to it, but it's still watery enough, which I always found skimmed milk to be really watery. It's really watery enough that if sometimes you don't want to have that rich creamy thing going on in your smoothie based on the nut milk that you're using or the non-dairy milk that you're using, Brazil nut milk is a wonderful substitute. It is rich in selenium, I believe, according to what Stat says, one of the richest nuts that carry selenium, and that's really good for the immune system. It also has vitamin B complexes, it has vitamin E in it, fiber. The actual oil itself is really good for things like psoriasis, eczema, things like that. I'm going to take a look at the board and see what I have on my cutting board. I have 1 cup of Brazil nuts, and of course I have 4 cups, 32 ounces of water. That's cold spring water, and I actually get my nuts from a place called nuts.com. Actually, for me, a wonderful company, absolutely wonderful. Customer service is awesome, wonderful company. So I get my nuts from nuts.com. Good turnover as well. Their nuts are always fresh. I like that. So of course, as I said, I have 4 cups of water, 1 cup of Brazil nuts. Now here I have what is known in the UK as my nets or lace curtains. Here in the United States, they're known as shears. Well, one of the things I have here is a nut milk bag, and it's got the rest of this material in it. A nut milk bag. And a nut milk bag is actually used to strain. It's actually used to strain your milk, so you can strain all the fiber out. Personally, I don't do that. I believe you should have the fiber. But these actually run anywhere from $9 upwards, or you can get some that aren't so good as this for $7 and lower. So what I did was I went to my local fabric store, which was Joann's, and this the sheer material, or the lace or the net, which we use for curtaining, and or the bridal veil, it's sometimes used for that. That was on sale. It was like $3 and some cents. And so I bought a couple of yards, which are currently packed in my nut milk bag. And I bought a couple of yards, and you can use this to literally strain any of your milks, literally. So I wanted to share that little tip with you guys, and we are going to get ready to make our Brazil nut milk. It's really delicious. And to that, I'm going to add the cup of Brazil nuts, and then I'm going to add water. Let that slide. It's really simple, guys. And I'm going to turn it on. Excuse the noise. my friends, is it. And here we have our beautiful. You can sweeten this with anything you want. Medjool dates, agave, honey, maple syrup. You can sweeten it with anything that you want to sweeten it with. Absolutely anything. Like I said, this tastes really it's got a real nutty, you can really taste the nuttiness going on with this. It's got a really crisp, clean taste to it. And again, while it is creamy, it doesn't have that rich, creamy thing going on that you will really find with cashew nuts and with almonds. So that being said, guys, Brazil nuts, I'm actually going to make a smoothie with this. So I'm going to get all my stuff together. What I decided to do was to actually use my sheer net or lace curtaining material, aka my homemade nut milk bag, to actually strain the milk, so you could actually really see how it was done. And so I put it in there. Perhaps I should have put it in a bowl. We'll see. We'll see how that all comes out. And yeah, just gather them all up. Gather the sides up. Okay, it's truly as simple as this. Gather the sides up, as it's only me who's going to be drinking this. Really, it'd be nice if you wore gloves, but it's only me who's going to be drinking this. And then just squeeze, literally squeeze. See that? That's why they call it milking it. And all the pulp and fibre will be left behind. And so all the pulp and fibre will be left behind. And with the pulp and fibre, you can actually bake with it. You can do all sorts of things with it. And that's it. That's how you'd make your milk. See, and you have just about 32 ounces. See, but you see, that's me. I'm gonna get everything I can out of it. And of course, the more you get down to the pulp and fibre, the richer and the creamier. These are where all the oils are in the nut. But that would be it. Okay, guys, and so I'm going to show you. You see this? I have here the pulp, and you can use this. You can use this to bake with. You can add it to extend your meat dishes, all sorts of stuff. But that's the pulp. You can dry it and then grind it to make flour. Amazing. All the stuff that you can do with that. Okay, guys, the actual netting, the sheer netting, our faux nut milk bag. Actually, I rinsed it out and then I washed it with, I used one of those eco-friendly dishwashing liquids. So I washed it with that, I wring it out, and then, guys, literally I put it to dry on the top shelf. On the top shelf of my dishwasher. Okay, guys, now that we've actually strained our milk, I'm going to pour it back into the jug. Board. And I have apples, strawberries, asparagus, carrots. I fancied a little, mango, limes. I'm going to sweeten with medjool dates, and I've actually taken these stones out, or the seeds out. And I have bananas, and I have arugula and spinach. I always have such a hard time saying that. Arugula and spinach. So what I'm going to do first of all is I've just put the dates into the jug. And you can actually, with a Vitamix, you don't have to go through this process, but I think it gives a smoother texture. Okay, darlings, that's that. And then I'm just gonna add all the rest of these goodies. My frozen stuff on top. This is gonna be too yummy. And I don't know if I mentioned this, but I actually have some mint on the board as well. So I'm just gonna put in one leaf of mint. One leaf of mint. I don't want it to overwhelm, because mint can sometimes overwhelm. And if this comes out too thick, I will actually add some coconut water. And that, guys, is it. There it is. Actually, I'm going to use a straw. Sorry. This tastes really good. You know, the mint gives it just a hit of something different. Just gives it a wonderful hit. Now, I had been asked sometimes, why is it that when you make a smoothie, sorry guys, it's really good. Why is it that sometimes it actually starts out looking really brown and then it changes color? Well, it's just waiting to settle down. Literally, that's what's happening. It's waiting to settle down. Like the chlorophyll, you know, that which makes the plant green, the chlorophyll is working its way into the process. And that's really what happens. So guys, bon appetit. Let's eat.